give me your opinion. As of right now, I know nothing.
So anyways, I just found out that MetaZoo just completely closed up shop, and everybody that got stuck with MetaZoo that's hoping to resell is going to get completely screwed over because I don't think you can sell these for anything after the shop closes. Maybe you're wondering, what about people that don't really collect seriously like me? Well, I kind of collected my 151 for funsies, like my poster. The personal preference, though. Some people like to collect the cards to resell later. I don't think I can resell this stuff to get my money back. There's no chance. I probably spent maybe $200 to get 2 full collections. I didn't get 1 collection. I got me and my son 2 full collections. And we have 2 binders fulls that we can look at. A couple extras. I could definitely sell the valuable cards right now and get my money back because I do have not a Charizard EX, but we do have we have at least 6 or 7 cards that are in the $25 to $35 range that could be easily sell and get our money back. That is if we sell it for the price currently, and the price doesn't drop suddenly we sell it. So, I'm not really interested in selling the cards, the singles that we have that are worth $35. We could do that. We could make all our money back. It is possible. I did get lucky though. I think kind of like a gambling thing. We did get lucky. We got those really good rares, and I don't know. I don't think I want to sell them. And the main reason why, because it's kind of emotional. I guess it's an emotional thing. It's not really a rational thing. So maybe in the future I'll sell those singles if the price goes up for some unknown reason that doesn't even make any sense to me. But I'm not going to. I'm pretty sure I can never sell the whole set. Nobody's ever gonna buy the singles that are like non-foils. Even the reverse foil is probably not gonna sell very well. But yeah, you never know. Um, I'm gonna keep it for myself for funsies, and I'm gonna try to sell. I do have a lot of bulk. I have a full ETB box full of bulk, and I also have a bunch of extra EX cards. Um, we almost had an extra illustration card. We do have a couple doubles, except one is in each folder. One is in my son's, one is in my own folder. So, but the nice thing is that we both completed the sets, which is nice. Um, oops, I'll be uploading those videos in the future. Now let's watch this MetaZoo destruction. So alpha investors, everybody's complaining that alpha investor pumped and dumped the stock on this.
Nothing
I don't
about
think that's
this.
possible.
I'm going to try to.
I don't think any one person can pump and dump the stock. I think it has to be like a lot of cards. And to be honest, I did look at these cards and they don't look very good.
Schedule a conference call to talk with these people and the owner, and I want to see what's going on with this
My
thing, what their
personal
plans
opinion.
are, what the behind the scenes is, who these people are. Do they
Who are
have
these
any
people?
actual history of running anything long term?
No,
Are they
they
in
don't.
contact with distributors? What's the print run? Do they have things involved? Are they working on future
See, if he
products? Is
doesn't
there a
judge them
pipeline? How
properly,
are they financially?
I know
Who
this
owns the
guy's a pump and
company?
dumper.
Blah, blah, blah.
But it's not his
So,
fault.
is
It's
this also?
everybody
Oh, it does
in the whole
label it as
market.
first edition.
Like
Okay,
I hate
that's interesting.
a
So
lot of
all these
people
things are is it just the
lie
booster
about
boxes, or do they
Pokemon,
have
and it
labels for
really
first
annoys
edition
me
on
because even Pokemon cards
edition?
they
Oh,
pump and dump
yeah, they
Pokemon
okay. So they do
sets,
label their
and it
products.
annoys me more than anything.
Are they from different versions? Okay, that's interesting. What else we got inside of here? These are more. So we got different theme decks, or maybe starter decks, or
Right? Is he gonna
a
open any?
spell book.
Probably not.
MetaZoo, interesting. 2020. So has this been
He's
out
just
for a little
talking
while, maybe?
nonsense.
Type of foiling of the
Huh.
feel of the cards remind of like an older throwback vibe to Pokemon with a type of subtle
How can
foiling.
you fill
A
them
lot
when
of
they're
people in this
sealed?
world can learn that subtle things are less is more. Subtle foiling can be a very good thing where you don't overpower the card, where you can't read the stupid thing. So sometimes just doing a subtle foiling on the card background, that's nice.
I don't
But a
see it.
lot of people have been commenting about the art and the more simplistic type of just raw feel to it versus overly flashy like a Bushy Road card or a Weiss or Force of Will or
I think the art is kind of
Vanguard, where the card's
childish.
just covered in different
It
things.
gives me the
So as we can
feeling of
see, we've
like
got an artwork in
a,
the middle, we
a
got a
good
name,
first
and it's a
grader
class,
or a bad
one per
high
spell
schooler
book. We got some
artist.
numbers there.
It's
Okay, who
just the
made the
art is
card,
just
what
bad,
set, first
in my
edition,
opinion.
details, looks like some details of the character, coin itself, looks like some special abilities, different stats of the card, maybe different classes. Okay. Yeah, pretty much comment below if you guys have tried this game,
He's not
if
even
you're
opening it.
familiar with it, if you think this is another flash in the pan, is this the real deal? So definitely looking for a lot of feedback on this one because this is something I know nothing about yet. But I also said the same thing in the past about Flesh and Blood, Exodus, Argus Saga, many of them. Some of them do very well, some of them crash and burn, and some just kind of hold their own.
So he
So
got
it's
these
very
cards for
different
free.
and it's very difficult to
He never
understand
spent
this
any money
early
on
in the
them.
game of how a product line is going to exist. So
Lame.
I'm looking for some feedback. I'll make some follow-up information.
This is a hint that
See if it's
a
something I'm going
set
to
of
consider
cards is not
carrying in
popular.
the future. See if it's something I want to be a part of. I need.
If they have to give away the product for free and people like alpha investors not interested in buying it, that's a hint. That's a hint. And I'm pretty amazed that well, this is actually a negative advertisement. There's no way he pumped and dumped this because he just said that he got it for free, and so that's a hint that this is not a very good set. And so if people are not able to read between the lines, that's their fault. They lost money. Let's see the comments. How am I having nostalgia? 2 years ago? Holy moly! That was a long time ago. I didn't know existed until 5 minutes ago. Man, the mix of art and packaging is taking me back to the 90s. So 2 years ago it seemed old. Whoever has designed the package is a pro. Doesn't look like my style of the game, but I look forward to seeing it develop. Digging the artwork. Well, you didn't see any artwork. Holy shit, 90s nostalgia. That's not a good thing. I would love for you to cover MetaZoo International Exodus. You can come in. Hey Rudy, just out of curiosity, how much would you buy a sealed revised booster box for? Gone for free, he doesn't care. Yes, they're working on the next product called MetaZoo. We'll release in a couple months. First edition, $2,000, 24 hours. Booster boxes of first edition, $2,000 in the 24 hours after he drops the video. Oh, did the price rise up? So this product started after COVID. That's a death. That's a death knell right there. Timing kicks it. What you got there is a Kickstarter editions with the little green K marked on the front of the boxes and the art of the cards. Those Mothman card booster coin packs are going for 150 to $200 each on eBay right now. And yes, they are real metal coins. What? That expensive? Why is it so expensive? That's kind of dumb. Let's see the reviews. I'm getting the reviews for a year ago. Friendship ended with MetaZoo. How long is this? 8 minutes? Nothing good. Oh, here we go. This guy looks like he's interested. I found one pro MetaZoo collector.
Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another MetaZoo
Oh,
video. Today
41
we're not going to be
minutes.
busting open packs or anything like that. Instead, we're going to be just sitting down and talking about
Never
if you
mind.
are thinking about getting into collecting MetaZoo, or maybe you're brand new to collecting MetaZoo and you're a little overwhelmed because there is quite a bit of
That's a
product out
problem.
there and sets.
They should have made it cheaper.
So, I
1 year
just
ago.
finished sending off all of my MetaZoo stuff. Well, not like all of it. I have a game archive to maintain, and I still have like a few of the cards, but for the most part, MetaZoo is gone from my collection. In my opinion, it has crossed the point of no return. So,
For my opinion, when I first saw the cards, I looked at the art and it was terrible. It was childish art. It was like a very good first grader's art, or maybe a very bad high school's art. It was art that I would expect somebody that's working for free to do. Like if this artist was working for free, he was getting paid no money, he was doing it for a hobby. That's the kind of art I would expect from that. So I don't know if they paid the artist for MetaZoo. What? That's terrible. I mean, they probably did, but like, that's a bad joke, you know.
Like a little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, the MetaZoo game came out. It was a game based on cryptids, Bigfoot, and all that. The person who made it, they reached out to me and we talked. I helped him out with his game design. I mean, it looked kind of corny. I actually did not really expect it to go places the way it has.
Also, something that's very important is that it has to have a lot of side projects that support the card game, whereas Pokemon has a online game and a live game that are both online games. It has like a crap ton of Nintendo support Nintendo games, and they actually have like a championship TCG championship real life card tournaments. So I've never heard of that for MetaZoo. They might have had it. I don't know. I'll search for that next.
I thought it would be like a brief distraction, but then of course the crypto bros showed up and the people who treat trading cards.
Crypto bros do not ruin card games. The reason why is because, or I'm sorry, investment bros do not ruin card games. What investment bros do is it's similar to scalpers. They will buy up all the stock and then double the price. Now the only reason they could do that is because your product is too popular. And so I don't think MetaZoo's product was overly popular. In addition, if they were actually selling the product, I don't know how they could go out of business. It doesn't even make sense. If they're selling all of their product so much that the prices could inflate so much, 100% or 200% to 10,000%, then that's kind of their fault. I don't know, because I know Pokemon sells out too. It's confusing. Like, how do they go out of business when they sell out and the prices are so crazy? Yeah, I don't know.
Games as investments rather than as something to play showed up and things just went out of control. Um, but even I will openly admit
Looks like his fingers are dry. He needs to put lotion on his hands. Just a thing I noticed. It's kind of ticking me.
that when you're involved in a project, it can be difficult to sometimes spot its flaws. And the biggest one for MetaZoo, I mean, the fact that people were treating it like an investment rather than a game was definitely a problem. I mean, it started off.
The only reason why a game is treated as an investment and um, not an investment, not a game, is because the prices are overly saturated, overly high. So let me give you an example, okay? So Pokemon to battle their overpriced collector's cards, they sell on the side board game cards for practically pennies per card. Literally a couple pennies per card. And what is included in them is at least one EX card, for example. But I think they're actually like G-Max card. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Or maybe it might be V-Max. I think it's a V-Max card they have in each deck. And they give you 3 decks. They give you 180 cards. And I bought mine for $10, by the way, because it was on sale on Amazon. So if you pay $10 for 180 cards, plus you get the board of the board game, you get the instruction manuals, you get all the counters and everything. Dude, that is a killer deal. That's crazy. I mean, 180 divided, sorry, money first. $10 divided by 180 cards. That's 5 cents per card, and include good cards in there, like well, actually only each deck there's at least 3 special cards. So I don't know. I think that was a good deal. That's a killer deal. I think it was a good deal. So my opinion is if they have an entry level for beginners or kids, I know hard to believe a children's game is accessible for kids. If they have something like a $10 or a $15 board game that people can buy and it comes with 180 cards, what a crazy deal. I know. It's crazy. It comes with all the counters and everything. Not only that, but the game has to be playable. That's pretty important. It has to be playable. And it has a bonus. You can scan those 3 decks and the board game. They have special code cards, one for each deck. No, actually, they only have one for the whole board game. They have a special code card for each of the board games. You can scan it into the online game, and it gives you all those cards online. You can't beat it. It's impossible. That deal will never get beat by any of these chump card games. And so, because Pokemon is able to do that, they're able to promote their collectible card game to new players, new people, and children. Now, me personally, I'm stopping collecting after 151, and I've finished collecting 151. But I will come back if they have a better product than I'm interested in. I'm not completely out, but I'm saying that it would be really, really unlikely. So let me tell you my standards here. There are things that I'm looking for. Number one, they need to have a binder collector box. Now, it's not required, but that makes a huge difference. Number two is the binder collector box comes out before the pre-orders for the booster bundles or whatever it is to buy the packs by themselves without the thing. But there are some exceptions, of course. If I am able to pre-order a Pokemon Center special ETB, I might buy that one and uh, the Binder Collector Edition box. So Binder Collector Edition plus the ability to pre-order either the booster bundles or the ETBs, Pokemon Center ETBs. Of course, if I can get 2 of them, one for myself and my son, that's a huge bonus. So now, if they say that they're gonna have the binder collectors and you can't pre-order it, but I can pre-order the packs, then I will pre-order the packs and then I will get the binder later on in later dates. Okay, so that would probably bring me back if there was something like that. But if there's nothing that's as cool as that, or if there's nothing that I'm like crazy interested into, I'm probably never going to come back to collecting Pokemon cards. I still play the online Pokemon TCG live game, and I crush everybody on there. It's just ridiculous, and I'm probably going to be crushing everybody for a couple. Well, I don't know. See, I win like 80% of my games, but I'm also low ranked. I'm I'm always bouncing between what is it, 200 and 1,000, and 1,000 or 600? No, 1,000. I'm always between 200 and 1,000, and the only time I play is to do my daily, I guess daily quests, I suppose, to get the extra gems and whatever. And I do buy some stuff, and I almost have everything up to date, like all of the cards that I could ever want out of every single set. So, yeah, I don't know. And eventually, I'll probably stop playing the Peace TCG Live um, in the future. But right now, it's kind of fun to win a lot. I have like an 80% win rate. It's kind of crazy, and that's fun. But I'm pretty sure it's not gonna last forever. Eventually, I'll start losing because they'll raise my rank or my rating or whatever, and then I'll never be able to go destroy people in what is it called, casual mode and ranked mode. Well, in ranked mode, I'm bouncing between 200 and 1,000, and I always win 200, like 80% of the time. It's ridiculous. It's slower as I get higher ranked, or when they reset the ratings, it gets slower. But when I go to casual mode, it's a joke. If I play with a meta deck, I always win. It's kind of a jokey. I don't know if they'll if they have like a ranking or a rating system there, but I hope not. Anyways,
was kind of this cute little game where there were mechanics that were influenced by your surroundings, and all it needed was, some tighter design, some things that could be more deliberately done by players and didn't run on the honor system. I mean, they could have done their own version of the Munchkin bookmark and had things that.
That's another thing that really annoys me about Pokemon too. I specifically designed a system to keep track of energies. So my son would put an energy at the very beginning, and then in the same turn he'd end up putting another energy, a second energy on the same turn at the very end of his turn. And so I started designing a thing to keep track of energies, keeping track of course, they give you a thing to keep track of the V star for the board game specifically, and etc. So when I have things to keep track of the energy, makes things super easy. I don't know. There's probably a better way to do it, but I just have a special energy card on the side of the board game, and anytime you put an energy down, I flip the energy card so that I know that you put an energy down, and we never have to worry about it again. Um, Easy peasy. But if MetaZoo has a lot of stuff like that that's untrackable, that you have to keep track of, it, and they don't make a system to keep track of it, not cool, not cool. But I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. It's a minor deal. Still, if it was a good game, it would shine as a good game.
That, put some of these effects just into play by wearing like a special button or something. Um, but instead, it got treated like this crazy investment, and that, I think, caused the designer of the game to kind of fall in with the wrong sorts of people, specifically the sorts of people who were not acting in his best interest. So of course we're going to talk about the NFTs, because a bunch of people came up to him and they were like, "Cryptids? You mean crypto? Like cryptocurrency? Wink, 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 wink. These guys are insufferable." I've said my piece on cryptocurrency and NFTs. Blockchain technology on its own is an inherently wasteful process. It's wasteful and it's unsafe. However you look at blockchain technology, it is incredibly wasteful. You have to tap into hundreds and hundreds of computers to make one transaction, whereas with like a bank or something like that, they tap into one computer to make their transaction.
Um, he's kind of out of the topic. Um, Cryptocurrency works for what it's used for, but if you use it for something like uh, arts, it's totally dumb. And 100% of the time, it is a scam. Okay, cryptocurrency um, is like cryptocurrency is like trading with gold, and every single time you trade with gold, you have to verify that the gold is actually gold. Okay, so it costs money to verify that, and so it's very expensive to trade gold with gold. So the only way trading with gold makes sense is if you're trading in either large quantities or you have it pre-verified by a middleman. Okay, and then there's less work in verifying that the gold is real. Now, when we're dealing with these, I don't know how. If you make these cards have inflated value to make it worth it, then the cards are no longer worth it because nobody's gonna buy them. If you make them worth very little, then the NFT thing is stupid. It doesn't even make sense. In fact, everything about NFT is with anything other than large amounts of money or large values is just dumb, and because of the cost and whatever. But this guy, I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
And do the transaction in a fraction of the time with a fraction of the cost. And blockchain technology doesn't even really offer any protection. The
It does offer protection, but it doesn't offer the same. I don't know. It offers you protection if if the program is designed right, I suppose. Because you'll never see somebody with Bitcoin getting his money stolen unless he's saving his Bitcoin. He gives his Bitcoin to a big Bitcoin bank that has all the codes. Then they can lose it. But personally, if you keep track of your own Bitcoin, it'll be secure for sure because nobody has the access codes to access your Bitcoin. And so in that way, it is actually secure.
the blockchain ledger does not, for instance, protect your password from getting hacked and stolen. It does not prevent like 99% of fraud. It is far more susceptible to more types of fraud than like regular banking. I mean, and then the spin-off from that is NFTs, which is basically like digital collectibles.
I don't know. Is he talking about a passcode to a third-party site that has nothing to do with the Bitcoin? Yeah, sure, you could steal that, but if it's unsecure. But nobody's ever stolen Bitcoin because you would have to. Um, this is just dumb because it's not really a passcode. It is just the blockchain that you have to send to all the sites. So you would never actually steal it. You'd have to have the, I don't know, it's ridiculous, but that's impossible because then no, because all like it's no, it's kind of like it's in plain sight of all the computers, and you stealing it, you like there's no way. It's just the amount of work to do it. That's why it's never happened before because you would have to mirror the computer. First of all, you'd have to put the original computer offline so that it can't detect you. Second, you would have to create a computer that could imitate the computer you took offline. Third, you'd have to send it to the blockchain that would communicate to all the other computers that you're trading it off to a different computer or selling it off. Like, there's just no way it's going to happen. It's ridiculous. Because, like, first of all, no, there's no way. 0% chance. And that's why it's never happened. And that's why Bitcoin hasn't crashed yet. I mean, it could happen, but it's, I don't know, it's very hard, very unlikely. It's so unlikely that I would bet money that it's never going to happen. That Bitcoin will never crash. Like some person hacking the system and stealing all the Bitcoin and then selling it off and running away with all the money. No, that'll never happen because there's so many backup checks that it has to get approved by all the other computers before anything is transferred. That it'll never happen. No chance.
And I mean, if you want to do digital collectibles, you don't need blockchain to do that. Ask Valve, ask Roblox, ask all of these places where you can do it on a personal server, a private server for safer and cheaper. Mainly because it's possible to arbitrate a server that you run. I mean, I guess if there was somebody who came up with like a digital collectible system that did not rely on blockchain and did not have like this whole scheme, then maybe we'd have some business here. But so yeah, MetaZoo did NFTs. It did like a couple when it first started surging in popularity.
That sounds like why MetaZoo died. They spent money to invest into NFTs, which is 100% guaranteed to fail every time. In fact, I think, isn't it true that 100% NFTs have failed? I should Google that. I'm pretty sure it's like 99% NFTs fail within a couple months, or they crash instantly. The moment they start off, they are proven to be scams. And like I think NFT equals scams is like I isn't that like the meme or something? NFT equals scams. And so if Pokemon started doing NFTs, dude, that fucking the stock market or the prices of all the Pokemon would start dropping dead instantly because nobody likes it. Nobody. I know. And that's probably why MetaZoo died because they started investing in NFT. Basically, it sounds like the people in charge of MetaZoo were going to do a pump and dump via NFTs on their own customers. And it's a no-brainer that they freaking went out of
I mean,
business.
that bothered me. I said, dude, NFTs aren't a good idea. Like I actually reached out to the guy and talked about how NFTs aren't a good idea. And I don't know if he got, well, he definitely didn't get the picture we now know in hindsight. Later, he put out like these tokens, like literal tokens for NFTs. But the idea was that these were tokens that were secured against physical product that was already being produced. So somebody couldn't take one of these tokens and say, hey, it's actually worth $10,000. People would look at it, say look at how like it can be redeemed for like one booster box and stuff and say no, that's like maybe $200 at most. At least it had like a purpose, like something like it had like fungibility. It could be exchanged for actual goods, which is something that most NFTs don't have. Most NFTs are just scams basically. But I again told the guys, like, you know,
Yeah,
this is
NFTs
a
are
bad
scams.
idea. In fact, I think I used the words, "You're making me look like a dope," because, you know, supporting MetaZoo now meant supporting NFTs. And he actually he actually cried into my shoulder for a bit. He was like, "Oh, this all the drama that these NFTs are causing." You know, it's like he cried into my shoulder for a bit, and I thought, you know, okay, he's gotten the picture. He's not going to do NFTs anymore. But then, you know, a couple of weeks ago, it happened. So Axie Infinity was what is known as a play to earn game, where you can theoretically make money by playing video games. Although at that point, it's not really play, is it? It's work. It was already kind of this horrible cesspit where they could really only pay out their players with the money that came in from new players joining in. You know, a Ponzi scheme. But then, I
It's a
kid you
Ponzi
not,
scheme.
there was this huge scandal where basically all of their blockchain liquidity got stolen by literally North freaking Korea. So
Wow.
it was a huge revelation of how not only is play to earn not a very stable model at all, like it was actually already giving out way before this was stolen, but it also revealed like the huge vulnerabilities of
So
blockchain because
no, that wasn't the blockchain. Though it was the blockchain was not stolen. It was the server. The server computer was hacked, not the blockchain. And probably what they did was they had a passcode that they stole from the administrator or whatever who was in charge, and they used that to access their computer, and then they downloaded everything, and they just stole everything like that just by having the admin code. The admin probably had a keylogger on his computer because he went to the wrong phishing site or whatever. He clicked on the wrong button, and they stole his password. That's probably what happened. Been done to me, has been done to probably most people in the world. That's how it's done. It wasn't very safe.
there's no way to arbitrate back that decision.
To be fair, it sounds like they did it on purpose. Sounds like they pumped and dumped themselves on purpose, and then they pretend they were robbed. MetaZoo pump and dump, flesh and blood pump and dump. Is MetaZoo the bump and dump scam? Hmm. Guess nobody's really sure. Oops. Back here.
Because there's no central authority to appeal to. Um, it was in the middle of this, as the news was still breaking, that MetaZoo decided to release their own Bored Ape Yacht Club. So the, these were NFTs that had no purpose. These were literally like the random generated like garbage you see like everywhere. And because one group got lucky, now everybody's trying to do it, and that was honestly the last straw for me. I mean, like I said, with the tokens, at least they were leveraged against actual physical product. These are just nothing. Like I said, that was my limit. I'm done with MetaZoo. Well, not quite. It's kind of bittersweet because after
That art super sucks. You see what I'm talking about? This art could be. This is like a first-year-old drawing right here. Like a high schooler could do better than a good high schooler could do better than these. This is really lame. There's nothing to it. In fact, it's not really good. It's, I would say it's like if you find a high schooler, I bet you could get a high schooler to do better art than this, and he'd do it for free. So I'm like, this is so bad. This is so bad. I mean, did they pay the artist to draw those? It's terrible, terrible. Gosh. And how much product did they print? And this is the art? Ugh, gross.
all the delays, the art contest that
See, this right here, if I saw this art, this would tell me that they're going to fail right away. This art is poor. And it's not interesting enough. I know that maybe they're trying to make it lame on purpose, but it's not interesting enough to be lame or to be a joke. It's just lame period. It's like a meme that nobody laughs at, but the only people that are going over are like 9-year-old kids are like all excited about it because they think it's funny. But anybody with the actual functioning brain, they don't think it's funny, of course. And then when those 9-year-olds grow up, they grow up to understand that they were freaking lame as hell. It's like that kid that's saying, "No, I'm not a virgin," and he's 9 years old. That 9-year-old kid that's bragging about not being a virgin. That's what it's about. This right here, this art is just pathetic. It's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to put this art out. This is just bad. I mean, man, it's so bad. I mean, gosh, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, dang, look at this one. It's so bad. It's funny that they do so bad and they do all this shading here, but the outline of the art is just amazingly bad. If you man, if you stole a bunch of pictures off the internet and you use an AI generator to create art by mixing pictures together, it would create better art than this. Artificial intelligence would create more interesting art than this. That just mixing pictures together, just randomly generating new content by mixing random pictures together, it would be better, more interesting than this, whatever this is. Gosh.
That I won, the cards finally came in, and I did make promises that I would autograph cards sent to me. I will uphold that promise, but after that, don't ask me about MetaZoo anymore, okay? Unless they undo the NFTs. And I don't mean stop NFTs. They had their chance to stop. They didn't. Um, I mean, like, they have to, like, cease this NFT project. They have to take their NFTs.
Yeah, the whole reason why MetaZoo died isn't because NFTs. The NFTs probably put the nail. I think I'm suspicious. I believe that they're dead before the NFTs, and the only reason why they went into the NFTs is because they wanted to pump and dump on their audience. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's pretty much what anybody does when they go into NFTs because they see, oh, I can spend zero money and sell these things for like $100 each. Ooh, what a deal! And I could be super rich, and then all of a sudden everybody else could just, get dumped on after you got the money. You run away with the money. Huh? Huh? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, those NFTs are worthless after you buy them. Yeah. I wonder how much the values are on those. Let me see. MetaZoo NFT values. MetaZoo game tokens MT. So those are based on real tokens. Game's price floor today is $65 with a 24-hour sales volume of 0 ETH. Zero. Zero. As of today, there's a total of 2,305 NFTs minted, held by 978 unique owners, and has a total market cap of $150,000, with zero being sold. Zero. All these guys are holding on to nothing. Zero sold in the last 24 hours. Price floor today, $65. Anyways, if your NFT, whatever game, is zero transactions a day, you are dead.
Off the market, they need to wind down anything related to cryptocurrency for me to want to talk about them again. As far as I'm concerned, they are dead to me. After I sign those autographed cards, I am done. You'll see that there should be some links for a postage paid returned envelope. Fair to get, so it's done. So things off.
All right.
Oh, that's just so sad.
That was Kodak. Friendship ended with MetaZoo. Yeah, I would end my friendship with any company that used the NFT scam to get money. I would lose faith in them completely. And so should you. Don't trust anybody that's trying to sell NFTs to you. They're literally worth nothing. Unless they're giving it to you for free, it's worthless. That's the only way it's worth it, is just if it's free. If not, well, actually, even if they're giving it to you free, I still wouldn't trust them because they probably want to install something on your computer to steal something from you. That's how they get their something, or or maybe they have advertisement. If NFT had advertisement, that might be interesting because they could make money with advertisements and NFTs they can give away for free. That could be something. Who knows? Anyways, catch you guys later. See you guys on the next one.